Hi, and welcome to Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. In this episode, we revisit codependency a year after our initial episode on the topic. We'll talk about people pleasing, self care, and go on some fun tangents about cantaloupes, spa water, and shamans. Check it out.
Are we trying to figure it out, or are we sitting here like, fuck what I just said? That's hella codependent. Oh my God. So it's like every time we have a conversation and there's a meme or there's a this or we're talking, we're like, oh, it's codependent. Oh shit, she codependent. Like it's everywhere now.
It is.
And you can't just enjoy the meme.
It's always been, but we just didn't think about
Have a word. We didn't have a word for it.
We didn't understand it. Hey.
Hey, Mo.
Hey, boo boo.
What's up? What's up, girl?
Nothing. It's Friday. What's up with you?
Absolutely nothing. Trying to soak up some sun. Absolutely. Too much to talk about. So nothing. That's my
right?
answer. Nothing.
Exactly.
I ain't doing nothing.
Like, what's the use?
What's the point? What was that shirt? We talked about it last night. I'm still obsessed with it. This shirt I saw. I just want to drink coffee, make shit, and ignore my problems.
Right? Mine should be, I just want to drink wine, eat shit, and ignore my problems.
Eat shit. Ooh. You've been talking about that dookie lately.
Yeah, now you're being literal. I do not want to eat shit, to clarify. Eat all the things.
I feel like I have to multitask.
Ooh, Lord.
I got an Instacart shopper who don't know how to shop,
Oh, right. I'd be wondering about that. They'd be like, how do they be picking the vegetables and stuff? And
you got to write a note. I got to be like, check the strawberries, make sure there's no moldy or smashed strawberries. Please look inside and check all the things. Like,
I don't say nothing. I'm just like, wrong, refund, thanks, bye.
They're good about that though. You get your refund. Instacart doesn't mess around. They get you. I hate it when you're waiting on that one thing that you ordered, and then it's not there. It's not in the bag.
It's like I literally just ordered everything to get to the minimum so I could get that one thing, and you don't have it. You mean
or you forgot it in your car?
Right? Oh,
you bought it. I see it on the receipt, but it's not on my doorstep. I hate
that would break my heart. They've been running out of everything. I'm like, is it the supply chain or is it just something else? Because they've been running out of everything. I'm like, I'm not getting the stuff. Rub my feet together.
And I'm not going to the store, so
yeah, I ain't trying to be around people.
Me neither.
Because I see why people getting locked up. I mean, I can't. I ain't trying to be one. I know my limits.
People don't know how to act right. That's why.
No home training.
Ooh. So what are we talking about today?
What is we talking about?
I think we're revisiting one of our most popular topics that we had in the first season. It's that C word you like to talk about.
Ooh, I love that C word.
Ooh. We can go too many different ways with that, but today we're talking about codependency again.
Yeah, womp womp.
Womp womp.
I said the C word everyone hates to hear.
I feel like it's a buzzword, and I think that's why maybe it's hitting me different. I mean, I should have listened to our first episode, our first codependency episode again, but I've listened to it so many times. You did?
Yeah. But
how are you feeling about it? Do you feel the same way that you felt when you were talking about it then? Because I don't.
I felt like I understood it way more then. Like now I don't remember what it is.
I feel like it's been, we're gonna hear a lot of banging.
Right, bang, bang.
We're gonna be I feel like it's been perverted. Is that the right word?
Ooh,
like they took it and tell me more. Okay, so here, just to be the most basic I can be, let me read you a definition of codependency. Codependency is excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner, typically one who requires support on account of an illness or addiction, right?
That's not even the...
How do we take that and all of a sudden you can't care about what other people think about you because blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like
that's not the correct, like, let me
But that's the very basic definition.
Yeah.
There's a whole market that has emerged based off of this idea that you are not supposed to rely on other
Yeah.
people for shit. And
See,
I don't like that.
I think there's interdependence and then there's codependence. And so this is from Codependence Anonymous, which is an organization like
I
all of
saw
the
that too.
anonymous ones. And it says that somewhere along the line, we learn to doubt our perception, discount our feelings, and overlook our needs. We look to others to tell us what to think, feel, and behave. Other people supplied us with information about who we were and should be. It became more important to be compliant or avoidant rather than to be authentic. And we adopted rigid beliefs about what should be. We believed that if we could just get it right, things would be okay. When we got it wrong, our sense of security and self-worth evaporated. And I felt like that resonated with me a lot.
Yeah. But I feel like that's also very extreme.
How so?
I feel like looking at extreme in the sense that for codependency to be a problem, it's got to be an extreme version of that. Because I feel like just living in the world, there is some degree of that. You know who you are, but you also know who you are because people around you have informed you.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't just be yourself in the world.
You can't, no. Because that's what I noticed. We talked about this too, how there's no escape from codependence. There's no escape from it because that's just the nature of being a human being. We operate.
So is it always bad? Because I feel like it's been made.
Whatever you
codependency is so terrible. You got to be independent. You got to know yourself.
Well, I think if you're denying yourself, then yeah, it is bad. Like if you're denying yourself,
but that's an
to a certain
extreme.
point, yeah.
Right? Isn't that an extreme thing?
There are layers to it because it's like you can want to be yourself, but people are going to, and sometimes rightfully so, tell you about yourself and maybe inform you about things about yourself. Now, if you don't want to listen to it or anything, I don't know, what does that mean? Like that, I have no idea. For me, it just means that you need to fill up your cup and not rely on others to fill up your cup. But then even saying that, I'm like, I need my cup filled. Like I can't fill all of my cups.
You better pour it into me, baby.
Right? Because I can't, like, you literally cannot fill all of your cups. Like if that were the case, then everybody would be out here independent by themselves, not caring about other people and just selfish. Like, that's what I think. Like you have to get something from other people. So I
worry about this. What you just said, I agree. You have to get something from other people because we're made that way. We're like pack animals, or we're whatever, social beings. But I worry because every so often we get like a trending buzzword or a trending concept, right? And then it blows up and it really changes and alters the way people think. And it changes the way people relate to each other. And we talk about toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. Is there toxic individualism? Like, I don't need anybody for shit. Because
that's avoidant. That's codependence. That's codependence.
But so it feels like everything you do in life is codependent. So why are we like you say, beam us up then? What are we doing here? What are we doing here if everything that we do is not supposed to be what we're supposed to do? It's too much.
So here are some things, like, here are some examples. Denial patterns, having difficulty identifying what you're feeling, minimizing how you feel, perceiving yourself as unselfish and dedicated to the well-being of others. So kind of denying yourself and thinking, oh, I've got to do everything for everybody. Oh, I'm no self. Low self-esteem patterns and difficulty making decisions. Ooh, I feel attacked.
Is this, we were talking about women earlier. I feel like this is basically, hey, all women, y'all fucked up. Right.
It does sound like, I see it and I notice it in a lot of women or people who identify as women. But like this one hit, like, avoid emotional intimacy to avoid feeling vulnerable, physical or sexual intimacy, judge harshly what others think, say, or do, act in a way to invite others to reject, shame, or what? Those are avoidance patterns. Reject, shame, or express anger towards them, believe displays of emotion. I feel like I've been there before. Believe that displays of emotion are a sign of weakness, because I feel like sometimes society set it up that way. Like, oh, don't show and I still see that a lot. People be like, don't tell people how you feel because they're going to use it against you.
But we're socialized that way too. I feel like this is why I feel like it's a trap. This is a trap.
United States is codependent. The culture.
But we are raised as women to be this way. You know what I mean? Be selfless, put your kids first, put your husband first, put your this first, you know, but we have to be equal to men. So don't share your feelings too much. Don't do this. You got to like all this stuff. And then here we are 40 and now you're telling me I'm codependent and I got a problem because you made me like this. Like now what am I supposed to do? This is why everybody medicated. Like this is, I don't even know. I don't know how to be. Listen, what I'm saying, like all this, I don't know how to be anymore.
Control
other
patterns.
than how I can be. Like for me, I can't look at this and be like, oh, this is how I have to change my behavior because what?
I don't know how to be. Well, look, it says codependents have difficulty identifying what they are feeling.
I mean, I know what I'm feeling in moments, but about this topic, this idea of codependency as a always bad thing. I think there's some elements of it that might.
There's interdependence and then there's codependence. So interdependence is like,
what is that?
We need to rely on each other. That's just the way it is people. You go buy a service, you buy a product, that's interdependence, things like that.
Right.
We have social contracts and all these different things, but then it's not to our own detriment. I think that's what the cutoff is when these things are too, and they're also control patterns. So like, if you believe people are incapable of taking care of themselves, like, oh, I got to do everything because nobody can do it right like I do it. Attempting to convince others.
That's me. Don't be talking about me like that. Damn.
Attempt to convince others what to think, do, or feel. Become resentful when others decline their help or reject their advice. Freely offer advice. So unsolicited advice. I'm guilty of that sometimes because I'm like,
but that makes you interdependent or codependent?
Codependent.
To offer advice if you see somebody
unsolicited. Yeah. Freely offer advice and direction without being asked. Yeah.
I feel like I can't talk anymore. Like everything.
Or have to feel needed in order to have a relationship.
I am attacked. This whole thing is attacking me. I feel like
it's like you said, it's a sexist thing. It's a American kind of thing. They kind of raise you like that. Like you have to have some value. What do you bring to the table? So if I'm not needed, how am I going to have value to someone? Like, isn't that the whole point of having
so you try to create a need where you fit in?
I don't get it.
I don't either, but I also don't get why we need to categorize things like this. Like we just live in, because
it's just it becomes
it's to sell books.
Anxiety, people just aren't living like happy. People aren't happy.
Are we supposed to be?
Yes, I mean, I would think so.
These are the questions that run through my head. Are we meant to be happy, like skipping through a field happy? Maybe that ain't what life is about.
It better be. F this.
Like maybe that's the struggle. Is everybody's out here trying to be, Pollyanna happy, everybody get along, and maybe that's not what this is supposed to be.
I don't know what it's supposed to be because I already had. Like I had a thought today that was making me mad. It was like, I feel like American life is all about making white people comfortable. Like it's all centered.
Damn.
That's what it's centered around.
Centered. Yeah, it is centered.
And I'm like, this is annoying. Like who's making me comfortable? Nobody.
You gotta be laughing.
Jokes.
I don't know, but the setup. I feel like the setup. Maybe it is just American life. I haven't lived long enough anywhere else to be able to compare it. But the setup is flawed. We are raised, conditioned, whatever, to be this way as
school,
women.
Employment, those are all kind of set up. Your value is extrinsic.
It's your output. Yeah. Your value is your output.
Yeah. So it's like we're raised in these.
But my thing is, okay, so how are you helping me by telling me that I have a problem now? You made me this way. Somebody made me this way. As a child, I didn't have the agency to be like, hey, wait a minute. What are you telling me?
I mean, if you're sad, I think what it is, if you're satisfied in it, then keep flowing with it. But a lot of people aren't. And a lot of people feel like there's a better way. There's something better. There's a more authentic way of being to feel more at home. At least for me, that's how it felt. And it sucks because I definitely understand it more, but I'm human and I still go through the motions. But the only difference is now I can identify. I can put a word to it,
Yeah, but isn't that another stressor? I feel like that you can identify it, so now you can stress over it.
I can identify it so I can try to solve it, try to figure out why. So,
but is that what happens? Are we trying to figure it out, or are we sitting here like, fuck what I just said? That's hella codependent. Oh my God. So it's like every time we have a conversation and there's a meme or there's a this or we're talking, we're like,
It's
oh,
always
it's codependent.
codependent.
Oh shit, she codependent. You know, like it's everywhere now.
It is.
And you can't
But
just
it's
enjoy the
always-
meme.
It's always been, but we just didn't think about
Have
it.
a word. We didn't have a word
We didn't
for
have
it.
a word. We didn't understand it. I thought, like I said before, like I thought codependent just meant like those people who just couldn't get off each
That's
other.
what I thought too.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's what I thought.
ain't no wrong with that.
Like that, you complete me is a codependent state.
But I don't think, does anybody really believe that? Or is that just a nice thing to say to somebody to make them feel warm and yummy? You know, I don't.
Because people need to feel needed, and that's codependent. Like, let's go down the rabbit hole. Let's keep going.
Okay, here's the thing. There's a difference between, this quote that I remember from when I was like in my teens or, you know, all of my feelings and stuff. It was like, I need you because I love you. I don't love you because I need you. Right.
I like
So
that.
there's a difference. Like, I don't need you.
Some people don't like to hear that.
Well, that's too bad.
That's codependent.
But I think it's nice to feel needed. Not that if you need to feel needed, that's a problem. But to hear, hey, you know, I need you, that feels good. And it shouldn't be you codependent because it feels good for someone to say that to you. I need you.
I know. Do I need you? I feel like I kind of need you, low key, high key.
I need you too. Shoot.
I'm a cry if we ever break up.
Girl, stop. If we ever break up, don't do that.
Ain't that some shit? I said, ain't that some shit? Oh, ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Goddamn. One of the codependent qualities a lot of people forget about as the narcissist. The narcissist exists, is usually identified by a lack of empathy, a sense of self-centeredness, while narcissism in general is not mental illness. There is narcissistic personality disorder. And a lot of people said that Kevin Samuels was a narcissist because of his hard truths. But was that narcissism, or was that just telling people the hard truth about themselves? If you don't know, a YouTube influencer, image consultant Kevin Samuels was recently found dead at 57. While some people are celebrating this passing, someone has died. And what I can say personally is I have always been in awe of the trajectory of Kevin Samuels' YouTube page. Someone who just got out there and did what he had to do, started with whatever he had, and kept it going and created a brand. That's undeniable. Died at over $1 million YouTube page influencer. So, I mean, at that level, we can say hopefully he died living the life that he wanted, and I have nothing more to say about it.
This woman better get my cantaloupe.
She
That's
better-
all I gotta say. She better know how to pick a cantaloupe.
I feel like they need to have something where you need to go to another store. If this is one product I gotta have, I'm gonna pay a premium.
Put a star on it or something.
Right?
Yep.
You need to go down the street if they don't have it. Because if you come up in this house without it, there's gonna be a problem. Okay.
I went to the spa the other day and I had, they have that good water. They be putting,
With the
thank you,
cucumbers.
boo, because it's your gift card you sent to me for my birthday last year that I finally used. But that spa was everything. And they always have the good water. I don't know what fruits, what special something
I
they put
can't
in
do
there.
it at the house.
Me neither. So I got lemons, I got cucumbers on the way, I got cantaloupe, it had all the flavors in it. It was so oof.
I'm gonna try this summer. I'm gonna get one of those dispensers, because I tried, but then it's all soggy. It's never as nice and cute as at the spa.
It was delicious. That was the best spa water I've had. Because sometimes they just be doing cucumbers. This had like melon, it had berries. I
love that. Yes.
And it was the right cold temperature. It was perfect. In little stemless wine glasses is what they had. I was like, I'm
that's
doing
so cute.
this.
I love that.
It was great.
Did you enjoy the facilities?
Oh, I did.
I didn't know, like when our work or whatever gave us the spa, I didn't know you were allowed to enjoy the facilities.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
we were
I didn't
younger.
know.
We were younger. The sauna and then sit in the jacuzzi and do it. Yeah.
Once I found out, they were like, oh yeah, you could stay all day. You could do
all day.
Like, oh yes.
And now they got snacks. Like this is my inner chubby kid, whatever.
Like food?
They got snacks. Yeah, they had like cookies. I came in, I was like, this is my first time here. And she was like, oh, let me show you. And then she was like, this is our tea room.
Yes.
I was like, what? All the chairs were all comfy. It was cute, dim lights. It was a whole vibe. And they had all these tea, like the little cute sachets, whatever, tea bags. And then they had like the water, they had coffee, and then they had like she's like, here's what our carby snacks. Like she made sure to say carby snacks. Like they had all these nuts and cookies and little like breakfasty pastries. I was like, I could eat here all day. I'm gonna sit here and eat.
And all the toiletry. Oh.
Yeah.
I went to one in the Bay. That was probably the last time I went, and I had my own little room, and it had a jacuzzi in it, and a sauna. And I was like, this is boring. Kind of. I mean, it wasn't boring. It was like relaxing, but also it was like it would have been nice to be with friends.
Yeah.
And then the lady kept trying to talk to me. I'm like, dude, when she was massaging me, I'm like, and I kept like, she could not pick up any cues. I'm like, sis, I ain't trying to talk. I don't know why it bothers me when people try to talk to me when they're giving me a massage.
Yeah, unless you're asking about pressure or something.
Yeah, don't be talking to me about, oh, so you like, I feel like an interview. Oh, how long have you been here?
No.
This ain't no date. Hey.
Ain't nobody came to talk to you.
They need like the Uber, like, don't talk. Please don't talk. Because some people, like maybe have that as in a questionnaire. Do you like talking? Because some people use it as therapy or just a way to talk to strangers. Like for me, it makes me uncomfortable. And I
you try to relax and get in your zone.
Like you're asking me about jobs and things that are making me uncomfortable, like
stressors.
Exactly.
And I'm tensing up and you try to tell me to relax. Quit talking to me about my job, my kids, my whatever. Yeah.
Right, don't talk to me about this stuff because you're like reducing all of the benefit that you're trying to give me right now. So please don't.
I love a spa though. Oof, I love it. Spa day.
But that's another thing, like self-care. What is self-care? It's not just a spa.
I think it's the idea of the spa. You're focusing on you and what feels like. When I think of self-care, I think of make me feel good.
You're gonna say that.
No, but make me feel good. Like if that's mentally make me feel good, which maybe that's codependent, but tell me I look cute. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever.
I think that's the thing though. It's like what makes you feel good in life and not to the extreme, because then you get addiction and which is also codependence. But what makes you feel good, true to yourself? Like what makes you feel that what do you call that? Like I forgot what it's called when everything is at the basic level.
Where it's supposed to be.
Status quo, not status quo. I forgot what it's called.
No, that sounds not so good.
In your health.
I know I know the feeling you're trying to convey. I don't know the word, but just everything, like physically feeling good.
Like I don't need to feel happy. Like it
feels nice. And I'm not talking about like euphoric, amazing, but just like a I don't know how to explain it. Like you've just been wrapped in blankets and you're comfortable somewhere and you're safe and secure and rested and everything feels, you're hydrated. Stormy, wherever Stormy's at, she listening. I'm hydrated.
Right. She's psychic.
She knows. Okay. She knows. No, but all of your needs are met somehow.
Yes, that your need, whatever that's called.
And that shouldn't be codependent, right? Making sure your needs are met. Like what's codependent? This is a question you posed in our conversation that we had about this. What is codependent and what's just, I need my needs met.
Yeah. We have basic needs. And we did a thing. I have like 2 basic needs met. Like
what are these needs? Let's talk about these needs.
We got to look them up. I don't know.
Like feeling a sense of security.
I sent the whole thing. I don't remember what Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs, self-actualization.
Who Maslow is?
I don't know. Who's Maslow?
So why do we care what his hierarchy is?
So this is what we go by. This is the person who did the research, the work. And so physiological needs, that's your food, water, warmth, rest. Safety needs, security, safety, belongingness, and love, intimate relationships, friends. Is that codependent? Self-actualization, achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. That's it. I feel like there was a better chart.
I feel like that's a lofty goal.
The one I sent
achieving one's full potential. Who's out here achieving their full potential? We should be trying, I guess, but dang.
There are 5 levels.
What do you think of belongingness?
Abraham Maslow. Oh, he's funny. He from Brooklyn? Hey, Maslow. Oh, he died up in Silicon Valley. We'd be making the same trajectories. Let me stop. He taught at Brandeis? Okay.
So those are like an academic study. It's an academic study of what human needs are. But I think there's also like individuals have differing needs or differing what do you call it? Prioritization of those needs, right?
Yeah, this is interesting. Oh, I need to read more about that. B values. In studying accounts of peak experiences, he identified being cognition, decognition, holistic and accepting, as opposed to the evaluative deficiency cognition. Truth, goodness, beauty, wholeness, aliveness. Ooh, oh, yes.
Aliveness. I like that.
Aliveness. That's process, non-deadness, spontaneity, self-regulation, full functioning. Uniqueness. That's me. Idiosyncrasy. We have a lot of those. Individuality, non-comparability, and novelty. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And those are what? Needs?
B values. No, B values.
Oh.
What he said.
Aliveness.
Being values. I like aliveness, but
versus your physical needs.
Let's see, what needs do I have? I guess all my needs are met technically. It's just perception. I think that's why they try to say be present.
That's really hard to do.
It's hard to do because we come from a lack culture. Everything is a lack because there needs to be some deficit so that I can sell you stuff. And that's the way this American society, capitalist society is set up. We got to buy stuff.
The value too. Like you are not a high quality person, I'm saying in quotes, or some kind of
high value man.
Your value as a person is lower if you aren't constantly striving for more. You know what I mean? You can't be like people who get
on that hustle, on that grind.
Yes. Like if you're sitting in your life, in your truth, in your experience, in the present, and happy with what you have and content, there's something wrong with you. What do you mean? You're not going to work for more? You just gave up? Yeah. Like it's almost like it's
or you got it made. I've been guilty of this too. Or you don't appreciate the work that they have done to get to that point. And you kind of say, oh, you're lucky. Oh, well, you have this or you did that. So that's why. And it's like, that's just missing people's whole experiences.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of this stuff is the stuff Oprah talked about back in the day. We just didn't understand. Oprah talks about all this stuff.
Yeah. Let's have her on the show.
I'm gonna reach out. Come through.
We're Oprah and Gail, the two of us. We are
right. Yeah,
doing the dang thing. No, but I really, now that I think about that, I really do feel like there's, and maybe I think this is American culture. I'm not sure. Again, I can't speak to a lot of other countries, but I feel like here, if you are happy and content with your place in life, if you are not wealthy, you're fine. Your needs are met. You're in your little bubble, or you're in your little family unit, or whatever it is. People are like, that's all you want. You can't, you're happy with that? Like,
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I know anyone happy. I'm trying to think. I feel like everybody's striving.
If you're not bending over backwards to be a boss bitch or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like,
or even if it's not a boss bitch, even if it's for something like that's a hobby or something that you enjoy, you still have to hustle for it. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm scanning my brain I don't know anyone who's just complacent. I don't know if that's the word.
But that sounds so negative, right?
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
If I don't feel, and I'm not speaking about myself personally, because there's a lot of things I'm like, no, I got to be better. But if I don't feel like I have to be the best at something, like I don't have to be the best mom. I don't have to be the best this. If I'm happy with where I am and how I'm functioning in this world, it's not complacency, because that sounds negative. There's like a negative, like you can't just be happy in your life. You can't.
And then you start interacting with others. And I think that's what the thing is too, is you start interacting with others and then they're putting their stuff on you and wanting, like, comparing, like you said, comparing and like holding you up to their values when that's nothing to do with your life.
Isn't it? What is it? Is it comparison is the thief of joy? Is that to say? Yeah. Like you can't, you probably are happy all by yourself. You talked about the pandemic and how you're like, I'm healed. Everything is good. And then you get out there around these people and you're like, duh, no.
Here we go. Oh, there you go. Back on that BS.
Or it's just it's that sizing up we always talk about. I hate that. What do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Does that matter?
And it's certain type of people who be like, getting, always trying to size up. And I'm just like, just like, you're not interested in what I have to say. And I think that's the difference. Like, I know I don't do small talk because I can tell People have no care of what I have to say. They're just sizing me up and just talking
to see
bullshit.
where they fit in too.
Mhm.
That's what they want to know.
And then, oh, did you
Or do I
this?
waste
Oh,
time with you?
oh, did you do this? And it's like, if I tell you about my experience, I'm just sharing it. I'm not trying to brag. And that's another kind of person. They think when you're sharing about your life, if you did something they want to do, then all of a sudden you're bragging. It's like, bitch,
There's
I'm
a
just sharing
way.
piece of my
There's a
life.
way to do that. If all you're doing is talking about something, then that's a
different.
problem, right?
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I get the idea of codependency. I still appreciate very much you introducing this to me because I had no idea about it. But I do think that capitalism and that type of thing has taken hold of codependency and tried to market it and make money off books and tapes and seminars and this and that. And so now it feels like codependency is everywhere and everything. And I am codependent and flawed. And oh shit, I better get it together. Oh my God. You know what I mean?
You know what? There's a seminar for that. Just sign up and they can show you how not to feel that way anymore.
Exactly.
It's meant to be like this basic human stuff. There's somebody out there who's going to charge you and tell you that they're going to be able to help you solve this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we're so gullible and everybody wants that, what do you call it? That magic pill that's going to change everything, the quick fix. And it's like, when all you have to do is just sit with yourself, understand yourself. And like that, we have therapists, we have things like that. Mm-hmm. But half of this stuff is like people just trying to get a shortcut to self,
or just be aware of it. I think that's the biggest part of it, is being aware of it and kind of doing the work with yourself. Like, hey, why do I feel this? Why do I need to ask this person this? Why am I seeking these relationships? You know, to fill that cup. I'm
still doing that retreat. I still want to do the shaman. Gotta go through. So.
Let me know if you find that stuff. That link you sent me the other day, I was like, what the hell is this?
I don't know. Baltimore ain't really,
Liberation. We liberate.
I'm trying to do the first time in Baltimore. I think I need to go back to
I'm gonna Baltimore.
We'll see.
Baltimore.
I don't know. I got a lot of balls up in the air. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm hoping to go
the balls. To catch them balls.
But we'll see. I can't really put I don't feel comfortable. This is the state of my life right now, trying to plan it out. Like I could technically just book the trip right now, but who knows?
You don't know what's going on in the next.
I don't know. Yeah, what's going on with the pandemic? I don't know what's going on with myself, my personal employment and things like that. You know, I gotta be more mindful. So
I wonder. There's got to be things you can do at home. You know, they have staycations. I'm sure there's ways. Things you can do to create an environment.
There's a center here.
Yeah.
I mean, not home, but they have some centers here with some, not shaman, but some kind of healer people. And so I may do it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just very curious about it because I feel like I just want my mind washed, cleansed. Because of, like you were saying, a lot of those behaviors are just things that
you want to be brainwashed. Is that what you just said?
Yeah. Because
brainwashed.
A lot of those behaviors, I'm buying into the game because a lot of those behaviors or thought patterns are just things that we have picked up as kids and you don't even know. They're so stuck in your subconscious that you don't even know. And so if I don't know, how am I gonna, I can, like we said earlier, you can address these things. You can say, oh, I see that. Oh,
you just have to know. Yeah, it's the learning about it and the
uncovering okay, so I know about it, but now what? How about I not know about it and we just make it disappear, just brainwash.
Yeah. Reset me. Where's the reset button?
Yeah, basically
hit that switch.
Reset. I've heard all kind of transcendental experiences people have had. Some people have had physical reactions, just a purging. It's like a purging, basically. It's like a
people
reset.
Get sick, they throw up and they get everything comes out.
And I feel like even if it's temporary, I feel like it would just be an experience to have, just to see.
I feel that
rebirth.
The rebirth of Slick. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm cool like that. Remember that? That is the rebirth of Slick, isn't it? We out.
Mm-hmm. Rebirth of the cool.
I think it's rebirth of Slick, isn't it?
Yeah, the Diggable Planets.
Yeah, Diggable Planets. Yeah. There you go. Oh, that's a vibe. Oh, I haven't heard that in forever. Write that down. I'm gonna listen to that today.
Like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that used to be my. I thought I was something.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna be in New York. I'm gonna be on a corner doing. I mean, I manifested that. I wasn't on no corner, thank God. But
Out in these streets.
they made New York
living
look so
life.
cool. I just had to. Brooklyn Funk Essential. Oh God, I was like, I gotta be there. I gotta be there.
Why do we always sing? We always come up with, we have songs.
I'm a human. That's what I said in my thing. I was like, I make a song out of everything.
Everything. So are we codependent?
Yes.
We are. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Are we working on it?
Yes. I is what I is.
I'm aware of it. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's how
I
I
hate
feel.
saying it though, because it's like that other people thing. Because it's you say it to dumbass people and they don't understand it, and then they're putting a judgment on you.
Dumbass
And
people.
it,
Damn. Those dumbass people.
like I just put a judgment on them, I guess.
Right. So many dumbass people out there. There are though. There's a lot of stupid people out there.
Just people who don't.
Period.
I don't know how to articulate what I'm trying to say, and I don't care.
Ignorant people.
Yeah.
And I think that has also been given a negative stereotype where it just means you don't know. Not willfully ignorant, you're just ignorant. You don't know.
No, I feel like a lot of people are willfully ignorant in the United States.
Yeah, there's that too. That has I'll put negative stank on that.
Yeah.
You willfully ignorant, but some people just ignorant. That's okay.
Yeah, that's different.
That's okay.
I was just saying, like, I have some of the best conversations with some people who politically I probably would never get along with. But when you're talking on a one-on-one basis about just basic life stuff, we all are the same. We all have those damn basic ass needs. And we're all just trying to live our life. We don't know why
we're all codependent.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, I guess we haven't really learned anything since the first episode of
Nope.
on codependency.
We're even more confused.
Maybe I feel like I'm just trying to fight it. You know, I'm in my fight. In the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm accepting this. Okay, I'm receiving this information. Oh, wow. And now I'm like, fuck that. No, I'm not. Don't tell me I'm this.
Why do you think you're trying to fight it?
I think it's not a fight, but like maybe this is just life. Why are we complicating stuff? This is just what it is. Like, this is my mindset right now, is like a lot of acceptance of things as they are. Right. Yeah. Because who has the energy to keep doing all this stuff? Yeah. I mean, if you find a reset, let me know about the reset, but otherwise this is what it is. I'm living for my kids.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds sad.
Well, I mean, you said that meme earlier today. What was it?
Yeah. What was it? I don't remember. I just wanted your thoughts on it because something didn't sit right.
Because I had thoughts. I had thoughts on it too. It didn't sit right.
Yeah, it didn't sit right with me. And I was like, is this like, because somebody posted like proud of it. And I'm like,
yeah, do it because your kids deserve a mother they can brag about.
And I said,
so what extra I got to do now? Yeah. So my kids can brag about me.
Right. Like, that's what I was saying. It's just the flip reverse of do it so you can brag about your child being a doctor. You know, like, it's like,
yeah.
Like, I don't.
Why do we have to brag? For one, can we be proud? But can we be proud of each other and as they are as individuals without having something, you know? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just happy where I'm at. I do for maybe I don't live for my kids. I do for my kids. I do for my family, my friends, and that's all that matters. And if it comes back to me, great. If it doesn't come back to me, whatever. This is what it is. Yeah. You know?
I think my parents would be proud of me either way.
I'm proud of you.
Aw, thank you, boo-boo. I'm proud of you.
Ooh, I needed that. I am now whole.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no template. There's no like one way of being. Like, you have a lot of things to be proud of. Yeah. So much. And it's just like.
But I think the nature of it is to point out the things that you shouldn't be proud of, that you need to work on, instead of highlighting what you should be proud of. And I think maybe that's what I need to be more mindful of in my life when dealing with friends and family, is not to pick and nitpick the things that are not going right, but to highlight the positives and the things you are proud of. I'm gonna be more mindful about that, because I think that spreads happiness. Period.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, it's something to do with the weather. But once it started getting sunny, I've just been like happier, because I don't notice the things, like we were talking about the basic needs, and I looked and like, technically my basic needs are met. Yeah. But like a few months ago, I was saying, oh, I don't have any needs met, you know, like I don't know. And just scared of things that weren't even happening.
That's that seasonal affective disorder. Yeah. That's real. That is real. Get like you some happy lights and sun.
On the edge and stuff. I got it. Don't do nothing. I saw this on Shark Tank. Y'all did me dirty.
Ooh, that. Okay, because I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of them. I'm moving to the Pacific Northwest. I'm going to have a problem. So
you gotta set. There's probably YouTube. I'm gonna look at YouTube. There's probably
put them in the can lights in the ceiling. Something.
Yeah, people make it look like have a fake sunroom and stuff.
Yes, where the wall looks like the sun is rising. I've seen that and I'm like, that is gorgeous.
I'm trying to figure out something because I'm missing some sunlight in the way my setup is. And so I'm thinking I'm just gonna get a bunch of mirrors because I have a wall, like a long wall, and I'm just gonna get a bunch of mirrors.
So
And
light
that,
reflects.
yeah. So on both walls. So it's gonna be like.
And then when you get your pole, girl, you set.
Yeah.
Oh your whole
perfect.
yes.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Two Girls Shooting the Shit with Em and Mo. Please enjoy this mindful moment. Affirmations for codependence. I can ask for help. I don't have to fix it. I can let this go. It's okay to do less. I can trust my intuition. Saying no is an option. I deserve to rest. It's okay to set limits. I don't have to feel guilty. I am not responsible for you.